Dear brothers and sisters, happy Easter. I hope everyone is doing as well as can be during these difficult days and weeks and during this time of uncertainty. And yet here we are in Easter, the most significant time in the church's calendar, the heart of our faith, where the Lord is risen, and we're called to rejoice. And I admit, it is hard to rejoice during these days, and we probably feel more like lamenting. As a matter of fact, today, on Monday of the Octave of Easter, we have a lament song. And this psalm, out of nowhere, is a lament song during Easter, and perhaps it speaks to us as well. It cries out, "Keep me safe, O God, you are my hope." This psalmist, even though he's in distress, there's also an ounce or a hint of his confidence and his hope in the Lord. Because despite past distress, he is praising the Lord and knows that God will come through once and again. It continues, "Therefore my heart is glad and my soul rejoices. My body too abides in confidence, because you will not abandon my soul to the nether world, nor will you suffer your faithful one to undergo corruption." That is confidence. And perhaps we can relate with a confidence in this psalmist. Or perhaps we want to lament. If you're like me, on some days I wake up and the first thing I go to is the news, even before I say my morning prayer. And of course, the news is many times dark and distressing. There's even graphs of new cases or deaths that's happening of that day, and it's rising. And so we want to stay there in that darkness. And that's where we find the disciples during these days, in darkness, going to the tomb, looking for the dead Jesus. But he is not there. He is risen. It is Easter. It's a sign of hope. The Lord tells the disciples and the women to not be afraid, to go to Galilee. In Galilee, I will meet you there, and tell my brothers to be there. We have a meeting with Jesus as well. In Galilee, the disciples encounter the Christ, where they're fed, where they experience his mercy, where he even predicted his death and resurrection. He gives them the big picture, and they see it and they experience it. May we too, during these days of Easter, experience our Galilee, encountering Christ once again, knowing that he will come through once for us again. The Lord is risen. Happy Easter. God bless you.